Hello everyone and welcome to this video in which I'm gonna be talking about motorsport with my friend Jose, a friend I met in Bristol. Hi Jose.
Hi Mario.
Jose is a very close friend of mine that I met in Bristol when I was living in Bristol a few months ago. He's a very good engineer and he's passionate about motorsport. And when did you start being so passionate about motorsport, and how do you start practicing that passion about it?
I think I was a kid when I was just playing with my cars at home, just crashing one to each other, just racing one to each other cars. And as I was growing older, I think I was like getting into the consoles or video games and just playing video games and racing video games. Still, I just like cars and like racing competition. So that was a perfect mixture, the motorsport.
So tell me your three best experiences that you've lived that you've gone through in motorsport that you remember, such as racing events and different type of games, karting, anything.
The best experience, it was the 2018 Formula One Grand Prix in Silverstone. I went with a friend of mine. That was the best experience in an event in motorsport. And in terms of go-karting, the best experience I had so far was in Daytona last year. No, this year, sorry, in January this year with you and Adrian. Yeah. We had this thing over here. So I gave it to myself and I gave it to you.
Yes.
And that was the best experience in go-karting. It was really cold, wet, and then rainy. My first time, well, my second time really in a D-Max, and it was really, really good. Perfect experience.
So that circuit, that like the track that you've just shown, that's manufactured by you.
Yes.
That's handmade, homemade, basically.
Yeah, I basically thought, well, we'll probably not win the race, not be the second or the third. So I said, well, we deserve a trophy anyway. So I just built it myself with a 3D printer. And you can see the letters Daytona 6 hours, more or less.
Yeah,
that's better. So I said, yeah, I'll try to build it. As you know, I build also these tracks as well in here. And there is another one at the back. And this has something to do with my passion about engineering, motorsports, and creating things. Since I was a kid, I was always building things with Lego Mechanos, Kennex, and so on.
Yeah.
And at that moment, when I was a kid, I also built my first steering wheel with Kennex. It didn't work at all. It was just turning, but it was my first steering wheel. And yeah, I've always done these kind of things. And I've got a 3D printer as well. So I enjoy that.
So you use your 3D printer to manufacture steering wheels, those circuits,
trophies,
a McLaren Formula One car that you once showed me, or that's not fully manufactured?
No, I did. No, I just painted. I bought that model around 10, 12 years ago, and I painted myself. That's the car. And of course, I had to build these decals because I didn't buy them online, so I had to build them and printed them. So that's how it looks like at the moment. And then I bought other decals at the end. But all the wirings and tubings in here, I did it myself as well.
So you connected all those wires inside the engine?
Yes.
And then
so
the engine.
Yeah.
All the small parts of the engine, the refrigerator, all the contacts. That's impressive. I've seen that one in person, and it's impressive how much detail you've put to manufacture and to join all the parts together.
Can you see that silverish thing in the cockpit?
Yes.
That's the extinguisher.
So you've put the extinguisher inside the cockpit.
Yes.
So another activity that you are passionate about and that you can show your manufacturing abilities and skills is sim racing. So you practice, you do sim racing a lot. So what type of equipment do you use, and what have you customized out of all that equipment?
I've got, by chance, I would say, I've got a Logitech G29. I bought it here in the UK in a very good deal. In Spain, I had the Logitech Momo, which was a really good steering wheel at that time. And I didn't bring it here to the UK. And I was not planning really to to play because, moving to another country, being with your partner. And I found a very good deal and I said, let's go for it. So I started the game playing, let's say 3 years ago. And as I was, my experience and my hobbies and these kind of things that I actually like, I always doing this kind of thing, customizing things. I thought, well, maybe the Logitech is not, or the steering wheel itself is not enough. I like these cool steering wheels that people have at home, and I like them. So I found one guy in YouTube, which is called AM Studio. I think he's from Australia. And he was doing lots of things for the sim racing, like gauges, shifters, steering wheels, lots of things. And I said, well, I want to do that. I like manufacturing. I like building things with my own hands, and let's try. So I started doing something, which I have here for you. And I said, well, rather than having a kit from someone else, I'll design it myself because I want to have my own thing, my fully customized thing, and I will do it. So I designed this. I designed the whole thing, except the paddles and the quick release, which is something I designed later on. But at that moment, as my designing skills in the software were not good, I bought this quick release from some guys in Italy, 3D Wrap, and the paddle shifters. They were magnetic, and you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
And then, as I got better into designing and designing all the other things, I decided to build my own pads and my own quick release, which was better because I would avoid needing the need of buying another quick release from them, which was not cheap. Well, having my own 3D printer, it doesn't make sense. So I designed in my own kit and so on, and these things.
So just to be clear on the first steering wheels, not only did you manufacture, not the whole steering wheel, but most of the steering wheel yourself, but you also designed it. Like you used the software to design it, and then you manufacture everything.
Yes, exactly.
Made.
Yes. So I started with FreeCAD, which is a CAD software for free as well. And then I moved into Fusion 360, which is better. So I started doing these things, and I designed everything in here. So it's the front plate, the box in the box in the middle, the grips. So everything.
The material, the buttons, everything.
Yes. Well, the buttons, I purchased them from, these are cheap push buttons.
Okay.
But it doesn't really make a difference. The only so it makes a difference in the touch, but from the design point of view, it doesn't make a difference. And then there's something you have seen, but not like this. That's the version 2.
Yeah.
So you felt that. This is real carbon fiber, and the front plate as well. And this time I had to order the parts, so I designed the parts and I asked a workshop to cut them for me because it was a nightmare. I cut this myself in my garage, but it was a nightmare. Carbon fiber is horrible. And then the reason why I changed this was because now I've got a connector in here. So I redid the whole thing, so I included 3 rotary encoders in here. This is everything designed by me. I only bought I designed this as well, and I asked a workshop to cut it, so it's my design, really. You have to buy the electronics, but then I programmed the electronics.
Wow.
So it's customized. It's fully customized.
JMG?
Oh, yes. Well, this is my logo, and you can see my other logo in here. I did it myself.
And I know there's another one in progress, the Mercedes. Can we talk about that one? Or?
Yes, it's finished. Well, it's in progress. It's actually in progress because the logo is not completely finished, but it's this beauty.
So this is a replicate of the Formula One car.
This is the GT3.
The GT3, sorry.
The Mercedes GT3 car. Yeah, this is the best as I could to do a replica of it. I obviously included rotary encoders. They don't have them. They just have another button in here. So I included the rotary and then here. And obviously, I try to keep not the layout of the buttons, but I try to keep as the fidelity of the real one. I just changed, obviously, the layout. I also have seen a steering wheel like this with the stickers rather than the letters graved into the push button.
Yeah.
So I designed the stickers, and I asked someone to cut them for me, which is really simple, really. And what is not finished is the logo. I could not find any logo like this for this size. So I said, well, I'll do it myself.
Oh.
I used a 3D printer, and this one, I don't really like the finish of it. It's a bit dull. So I'm building, you can see that it's like a quick fit.
Okay, so it can be...
Yeah, I'm building 5 of them, another
Okay.
5 of logos. And as you can see on the back, you can see all the buttons. It has a short range,
Yes.
so it's really,
that's
really direct.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So I tried one of the steering wheels you shown. The feeling of the paddle shifts is amazing. It's much better than any other steering wheel of any other sim racing or simulator that I tried before. It's just incredible. Not only the feeling of the paddle shifts, but also the feeling all around the steering wheel. Everything is just impressive. So that's how you've customized your simulator,
Yes.
or that's how you practice sim racing at
That's
the moment?
that's my Logitech base at the moment. So I did a quick release myself. I inspired myself into a famous one, which is the Q1R. It's really famous in sim racing community. However, the Q1R is for open sim wheels. I can fit that in here, but it's so expensive that it doesn't worth the money in this case. Mm-hmm. So I said, well, I just buy one in a 3D. I just build one in a 3D printer.
In the near future, how do you think you're gonna keep enjoying motorsport? So you have the steering wheels. You obviously are going back to karting, I guess, at some point when the lockdown is over.
Yes.
And I think that's gonna happen very soon.
Yeah.
Sim racing, you didn't say that, but you use mostly R Factor 2, if I'm not wrong. What are your next near future goals in motorsport or ambitions?
That's going to be difficult because we are expecting a small baby. So she's going to take most of my time. My strategy is moving her into this hobby, so I could do something with her at the moment. But yeah, I think I'm going to be now seriously. I think I'm going to try to do some races from time to time in go-karting. Sim racing, I'll try to keep up with sim racing as much as I can.
Do you think you'll have time to keep manufacturing more steering wheels at home with your 3D printer?
I hope so. I'm getting more skillful with all of these things, and obviously the first 2 wheels, so this one and that one, I cut the aluminum plate myself, which was taking a long time. It was cheaper, and then after that I just sent the design to a CNC to a workshop, and they cut the plates, which is really easier. Most of the time it takes me obviously with manual things, but if I can get into, well, they can, lots of workshops can paint the steering wheel for you now. I don't know how the finish will be, but they can paint it for you. But yeah, I think I will continue doing it in my spare time.
Sounds good. Well, Jose, thanks a lot for that, and hope you guys enjoy the video and you know a little bit more about the steering wheels. They look very, very good, and as I said, if you try them, you'll be amazed by the feeling and everything. So I recommend that you get in touch with Jose and at least try out a little bit if Jose lets you try, of course.
Thanks.
Okay, bye everyone. Thanks, Jose. Cheers.
Bye, Mario. Bye.